Today we are going to go through how we rebuilt this almost 30-year-old STI fuel tank. At the end, we do find out that these hard lines need to be replaced. Come along for the ride, we'll show you how we got here. If you're new here, I'm building my dream car, a road-going copy of a 1998 Subaru World Rally car. And before we get onto the fuel tank, we first need to remove the front subframe, separating the roll bar and the steering rack before getting everything ready for powder coating. Next, we have to remove the suspension from all four corners. This brand of coilovers is called D2 and they're what came with the car. They're an entry-level coilover that will get replaced, but they'll work as a template for future suspension work on the car.
Come on, oh there we go. Whoa, that fuel smells bad. That's bad fuel. Alright, now is it going to pull off? A bit of persuasion. This thing here works wonders. Oh yes. Alright, what's next? So all that's done, just got to make sure the wiring's done. Then I believe it's just this. Take the straps off, the whole thing should come out. Ideally I'd like to know how much fuel's in there. Oh yeah, of course, the filler. Let's do that now. Now I have seen online a lot of cars in the UK really struggle to get these out. But New Zealand has little to no rust. I'm sure if anyone's watching from UK or maybe even America, no, actually American cars rust hardcore too. Salt on the roads maybe? I don't know. Either way, even using the wrong tool, we can get that out. Yeah, easy. We just do not have problems with rust in New Zealand. It's a massive bonus. I see everyone wanting new panels and stuff made for these cars. And we just don't have that issue, so I'm gonna have to take that one off the proper tool just because I was being lazy. There we go. So tell me, how clean does this look in comparison to what you have to deal with? How cool would it be to re-home this fuel filler so it's in the boot? Alright, that's that one done. We'll take this end off here. Do that to break the seal. Oh, I gotcha. Alright, let's pull this out.
At this point, I thought everything was disconnected, but like an idiot, I forgot to disconnect the return line, and I did end up bending the hard lines.
Oh, that smells so bad. Poo brown water. Okay, that's gonna do, because I'm gonna run out of bucket.
That is so gross. And that was like a fresh 10 litres, so that's mostly fresh fuel,
But so foul. So foul.
Got the front subframe out, that rear suspension. Got a whole bunch of stuff that I need to get powder coated and electroplated. And the fuel tank, I'm gonna strip that, and I wanna do that ASAP because it's stinking the whole place out with its yuck as fuel smell. Obviously got my Radium fuel hanger. I'll flush the whole thing out with water and then repaint it. These are the items that I will be getting powder coated. Well, some of them powder coated, some of them zinc plated. Don't know if I'm gonna get that gold pacified or silver, which is, well, blue is the technical word. We're getting there. It is taking some time, but it's good to have the fuel tank out. I cannot wait to start pulling that guard off. Really exciting work coming up with this. The best stage is when we start cutting and fabricating and put it on the rotisserie, which I've got there. So that's gonna be super exciting. Anyway, I'm out, so catch you guys later. Bye. New day today. We are back to working on the fuel tank. Try and get this yuck, dirty ass smelling fuel tank out of my workshop. It smells gross. I want to strip it. I might get all the hardware plated. I'll flush it out and let's just get into it.
Feels like that's most of it. Oh, it is disgusting.
The tank tank has been relieved of its disgusting old fuel smell. It has been flushed out, I've washed it, I have even given it a good scrub. I will add this tank to the list of parts that have to go get powder coated. One thing I'll have to do is test the fuel level sensor. Once it gets powder coated, I'll reassemble everything so I don't have bits lying around the workshop. There's an update on the fuel tank. I'm actually going to go hit it with some rubberized underbody protection seal. I think it'll look better. This is the stuff I picked up from a paint shop. But before we paint it, we're going to have to strip it with a wire wheel, then hit it with some wax and grease remover, and then we can hit it with that rubberized under seal. It's going to require about 3 coats, and then hopefully the tank will be sorted. This is fucking horrible. It is official, this thing is kicking my butt, but it is looking good. While I'm waiting for everything to charge, I'm going to clean this mess up because it's filthy. Oh, I think I totally fucked my floor. I didn't realise how thick the stuff was going to be. Live and learn. Turns out acetone is the way to go. Although, yeah, I think that's pulling up the floor as well. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. Here's a little trick that the guy from the paint shop told me to do, and it's just putting the paint in lukewarm water for like 5-10 minutes. Moment of truth.
Nifty looking camera you got there.
Thank you. Sweet, so that is coat number 2, and it looks real good. This stuff is super forgiving. I want to do the top side, which is the part that you won't see, and then hopefully I'll be better at it. I've got one more coat to do in 5 minutes time. Let it dry for 24 hours, flip it over, and then do the bottom half. Oh, shitballs. I totally forgot to mask these off. I might have to recut those if I have to. It looks like $1 million. It looks like a brand new tank. 3rd coat. I'm trying to do it in stages. Any of you guys got any painting tips? Let me know, because my painting's probably not the best. I feel like professionals seem to do like long runs, and I'm just lots of little short ones. That's that part done. Come back tomorrow and hopefully she'll be looking good and I can touch it and get all excited about it. This is the next day. The paint actually looks really good. There's a little bit of tiger striping in the top, but that's the part that you won't see. If you're going to do this, I would suggest painting straight over the top of it. I mean, this stuff comes out and it looks really nice, but it's not nearly as like rubberized as the original stuff. It actually feels quite hard. If I don't like it, I'll see if I can find something else, and I might just put it straight over the top of this coat. So I'm just sitting outside the spray store. They've put me onto this new product which can just spray straight over the top. They reckon it's a little bit thicker. So we'll see how that goes. Let's get back to the workshop and hit up the fuel tank with this new stuff. This color pack looks much better. It's way thicker. So I'm going to hit this again, and I lost the audio, but this is how it turned out. All right, moving on to other fuel related items. I've got to clean up the new Radium hanger and the siphon from the other side. This car's fuel system is absolutely filthy, and it goes to show how neglected this car was. Oh yeah, that's a lot of crud in there. All that crud can restrict fuel flow, leading to blockages, and that's a surefire way to kill an engine due to leaning out. Fuel sender all cleaned up, ready to go. Next time that goes in the tank, everything is going to look brand new. Check out this. So this is the pickup from the other side of the tank. Look how much just crud and grossness there is in there. So disgusting. I have since found out that you can order these new, so that's what I'll do. They'll get replaced. Check out how much stuff came off that filter. That's yuck. So I took the cheat sway out and just painted it. On camera, maybe not so great, but in real life, actually pretty good. And that's my current drying technique. Next, I want to get onto these fuel hoses. Tank hoses all separated. I will get these plated. I will send those away when I've got like a whole bunch of stuff to do at the same time. Moving back onto the Radium fuel hanger, I need to remove this, which I have cleaned it up and tested it, and it works perfectly. That's going to attach here. We need to rewire it, and then I think this will be ready to go in the tank. All right, let's mount this bad boy. Rightio, that is attached. Just quickly while we're here, I'll show you this. Check this out. Original hanger, Radium hanger. They actually sit on slightly different angles. What it means for the fuel level sensor is it actually sits 30 millimeters higher in the tank with the Radium hanger than it does with the original. So that'll actually show that you've got slightly less fuel in the tank with the Radium hanger compared to that. So that's all done, and let's go chuck this back in the tank. Here's the fun part. Oh, looks beautiful. Do I have to recut those threads? Don't know. So, while the tank looks great on the outside, it doesn't look that great on the inside. I thought I'd done a pretty good job, but I clearly have not, because you can see all that white, crusty, powdery, pasty stuff in there. That's all from the old fuel. I have tried to manually scrub it off, but the problem is I just can't get around to the rest of the tank. So, I have tried, well, I'm gonna try citric acid, mix that with water, put it in there for like a day or so, put some river stones in there and like agitate it, and then try and get that crap, try and get that all cleared up. Don't stick your hand in there, you end up getting cuts everywhere. This bad boy is still filthy, unfortunately, and I have got to the point where I'm just using a Stilo brush thing, and I'm just trying to get it in there as best as I can. This is not the most funnest of jobs. I've got a whole bunch of yuck, dirty stuff out of here. Give it one last go and see how she looks. I actually wonder if it would have been quicker just going and buying a secondhand tank from somewhere and seeing if it was in better condition. But live and learn. I reckon we're going to call that done. It's pretty good, not too shabby. We'll chuck it in front of the heater for an hour or so. Oh no, I'm going to have to give this a bit of a recoat, I think. I was very rough with it outside, just scraping it along the ground. As soon as this is dry, I can start putting it together. I went and picked up a whole bunch of stuff that I sent away to get electroplated. Somewhere in here is all the stuff for the fuel tank. I've also got a whole bunch of other bits and pieces for the suspension. That is everything from the electroplater separated. We need to get everything back into its bag so I know exactly where everything goes. Everything looks amazing. Like, check out how good that looks. Now, while some stuff came back from that electroplater is looking really good, other stuff didn't. These are the tubes that are on top of the fuel tank, and they've got some kind of lacquer on them apparently, and the acid dip did not like them. So I've got to go manually through these and scrub them clean so we can get them looking like this. So I'm going to do that right now. Tank hoses are finally done. We need to go drop those off to the electroplaters. Last thing to do before assembly of the fuel tank is re-rubberize it, because I was dragging it around the ground when I was trying to clean it out and it looks horrible. And this is the third stuff I'm going with. It's called 3M rubberized undercoat. So let's hit this onto that and let's get that finished. It's kind of brown. Oh no, look what I've just spotted. Cardboard on the bottom. Oh, maybe it's just tape. Oh, I think I got away with that. I'm real happy with that. That's turned out way better than I thought. Got to wait for the pipes to get electroplated. We finally did get everything back from the electroplater, so let's see if we can figure out and remember how it goes back together on the tank. Fuel tank is together and it looks great, doesn't it? Those fuel lines look amazing. Everything is spick and span, but unfortunately, I'm just not that happy with it. I should be, because it looks amazing. The issue is with these hoses here, when I was trying to get them to fit, they don't fit great down here. Look at this naff setup. When I was trying to bend them parts of it were actually cracking off. I wonder if that cracking is also happening on the inside. I don't want bits of electroplating flowing through my fuel lines. What I have done is gone and bought a really shitty hand version of this. It's got holes in it, it's terrible. But what I'm gonna try and do, probably use the lines from the piece of crap tank and put them back on here. And this is the shitty old tank. It's horrible. It's actually got holes. There's one hole there, so the tank is toast. But it's got all good quality hoses to it. I might try and thief those, clean them up, and then fit them back on my good tank. Right, let's try that. The shit tank has been stripped, and here are the new fuel lines down there. Check out, I just wanted to show you the shitness of this tank. It's got a can of Red Bull in there. That's crazy. I may have plans for this tank, and it may involve cutting holes in it, perspex, cameras, and a road test. Trying to figure out what kind of pickup works best. But that's the story for another day. I think what I'm gonna do is hit these with a little bit of wet and dry, because I think I want to paint them. I can't put them on the car looking like this. Here we go, pipes all done, not quite the same as the OG olive green, but I have to keep reminding myself that no one is actually gonna see this. Let's swap those faulty silver ones out for these. Rightio, let's get these fuel lines off. The fuel tank is about 95% done, and we're gonna call it done right now. The only thing I need to find are more fuel clamps, and I prefer these ones here. They are so much better than those crappy worm drive. The worm drive ones just eat into the hose. They're terrible to work with. The other thing I need to do is make a longer high pressure fuel line. You can see here, just a little bit too short. And the reason why it's a bit short, I'll show you. This here is the original top to the fuel sender, and you can see the outlet on the Radium hanger, it's here. So it's like 20 or 30 mil difference. Because it's about an inch difference, this line is just a little bit too short. But right now, we're gonna call this done. I'm happy as. It's not quite the original as the olive drab, but it looks pretty good. Anyway, that fuel tank has been a bit of a bitch. I've spent far too long on it than I should have. I've enjoyed the process. I've ended up with something that's really good. Just a couple more small things to do, and then it'll be done. Yeah, check out Peter Solberg's bumper. I've just put it up there. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe, comment. I really enjoy reading people's comments and trying to make these videos better. So if you've got an idea, and if you want to see that fuel tank idea of cutting up that old tank, putting perspex in it, and then some cameras and trying to figure out what the best fuel pickup is, I'd love to know. Anywho, catch you later. Really appreciate you sticking by. See you.